I was 7 years old when the neighbor invited me to go to church. And I lived in a broken home, sometimes a home of violence. My mama didn't go to church. She was a believer, but she didn't attend. And she invited me to go to church, and Sunday morning came, and I was so thrilled. I had never been to church before as a 7-year-old. And I opened the door, and she took one look at me and said, "You cannot worship the Lord wearing that." You see, I didn't own a dress. She turned around and she walked off, and she never came back. And I was in tears. And my mama walked up to me and she put her arm around me and she said, "What just happened here? This didn't have anything to do with God. And you don't have to be wearing a dress to talk to Jesus." And she gave me diamonds. And that set in place a foundation for me, separating religion from Jesus. As a 13-year-old, 12, 13 years old, older boy, older teenager said about me not going to church, "I hope you know you're going to hell because you don't attend church." I've had so many experiences like that in my life where people who did go to church were really a stumbling block. And I can't imagine how many people they convinced that to be the truth when there nothing could be further from the truth. Attending church and fellowship and support and giving of ourselves to others and feeding others and getting fed, and I know all that, and I get that, and I know that that's what God wants us to do. He wants that for us. But if we haven't been fortunate enough to find that, we can still have a relationship with Jesus. So if you haven't been in church, aren't in church, you've had a poor experience with one church after another, talk to Jesus. Go to him directly. You don't need four walls to have a relationship with the Lord. That's just a fact. Drop it in the comments if you've experienced something similar.